What up, everybody? It's been a minute since I did a video. I got my last shot on Monday, and tomorrow is my 3-month anniversary on T. So that's really awesome. September 17th I started, and tomorrow will be December 17th. And what a ride it's been. My voice continues to drop. My features continue to masculinize. I just got this really fresh haircut literally about an hour ago. And I feel really good. I look good. I feel good. I got the job that I was interviewing for. I got that job. I was offered that position on Monday. And I start on January 5th. So that's so cool. Life is going pretty well. And I was looking at pictures of myself from about a year and a half ago when I was in California and I first got my binder. And I look so different. So, yeah, I did like a little bit of a comparison on my Tumblr. If you check out fireeyedboy.tumblr.com, you'll be able to see that stuff. I also want to talk about something that has been going on Tumblr. A person asked me about, basically, I posted something that was like a trans post secret, if you're familiar with post secrets. It's for trans people. This one was specifically for F to Ms. And it talked about being an F to M and having the desire to wear women's clothing at points. And how hurtful that can feel when people don't accept you because they're just like, oh, well, you're an F to M, you shouldn't be wearing women's clothing, etc. And basically that's what this person said, and I'm not trying to like cause any beef. I tried to answer the question, but I might have not have been clear enough when I answered the question. And the person just wanted to know why you spend all of this time trying to come out as a F to M because you feel uncomfortable being a girl, and you're coming out as a man. And why would you want to wear women's clothing? Well, and this is just my own story. I can't speak for anybody else. I know a lot of trans guys who do drag, and that's a very valid thing to do. I don't see it as a problem. If cis guys can do drag, I can also do drag. And personally, I enjoy doing drag. I've never done the full getup of drag. I actually haven't dressed in women's clothing in a really long time. But I do in the future want to do drag, and that's okay. I think I have a flair for Beyonce. I don't know if you see the resemblance. But I enjoy doing that, and that's something that gets that feminine side of me out. But to get more specific, I do have feminine attributes about myself, and there is a feminine part of my soul that I very much take into consideration as much as I take into consideration the masculine parts. F to M, for me, does not mean that I went from female to male and I'm not stopping in between. Like, that's wrong. And it also doesn't mean that I am stereotypically male or that I was stereotypically female. So basically, what I do with my gender is I try to smash those boxes, those female and male boxes, and expand them and, try to just stretch them and move them around, because I think to say that you're an F to M who wears women's clothing and that's weird is really fucked up, because you could still identify as male and you just happen to wear women's clothing. I don't see a problem with that. And that really gets into the whole point of being able to break down those boxes that you set up for yourself that are distinctly labeled male and female. And the idea of like female dress and all that stuff, like that's a socially accepted idea of what females dress like. And yeah, as an F to M, even I feed into that. I dress in stereotypically male clothing as well. Like, that makes me feel comfortable, but that doesn't define my maleness or my masculinity. That's not what being an F to M is about. It's not about the clothes, although the clothes are a way to feel comfortable. It is not about the clothes. It is about how I feel inside, in my mind, in my heart, my soul. It's how I feel and how my body feels comfortable. And my masculinity almost it doesn't really have anything to do with stereotypical masculinity. My masculinity is something that I've tried really hard to carve out for myself. And it's something that has been a work in progress and is still a work in progress of where I need to go and how I need to feel comfortable going through this world. And that's how I define my own masculinity. So it really comes down to the points of defining your own masculinity and gender, and also coming down to the points of where you feel comfortable. If you feel comfortable calling yourself male and you know you're male and you dress in women's clothing, then that's where you feel comfortable. I and other people have no right to question that. And it's a completely valid way to feel. Because at times I love doing things that people wouldn't expect me to do. And so at some points that requires me, going above and beyond and doing super feminine stuff. And I love doing that. It's like, it's part of me. And to just completely excuse the feminine side of me, to subscribe to this masculine norm so that I can be that F to M that fits into that box of masculinity is not me. That's just not me. And yeah, I may in the future want to wear a dress and heels. And I love heels. Like, I can't even tell you, I love going into Aldo and looking at, they're so pretty and they're just like, sometimes I like putting them on. I don't think that that's an issue. And so when you get caught up in the idea of how people dress and how people present themselves, people are going to present themselves however the fuck they want to. Like, that's just the end result. What you need to understand is if you're going to come at this with a non-judgmental perspective, then it's not so much understanding why they're doing what they're doing, it's accepting them regardless of whether you understand what they're doing or not. So that's how I go through life anyway. I don't know. A lot of people don't, as we see. But if you go through life trying to understand everything, you're not going to. And I may not understand it, but that's not the point. I don't give a shit if I don't understand why you present your gender the way you do. That's not important. The most important part is that I accept you regardless. I'm not going to bash you. I'm not going to try to fit you into a box because I need to make sense of you. Like, that's not important to me. As long as you can make sense of yourself, then we're good. Like, there's nothing else to talk about. So, I mean, I hope I explained it a little bit more, but it definitely did bother me, and I just wanted to get that out there. And hopefully the person that's asked that question is watching this and can sort of understand where I'm coming from and where a lot of trans people are coming from. And if you do have other questions about that, like, feel free to ask, and feel free to ask my YouTube, whatever, anybody. Doesn't matter who you are. But just know that it is something that you don't necessarily have to get. Because I'm not doing this so that you can understand me. I'm doing it so I can understand myself. And that's what it is. So here I am, 3 months on T, and telling you how it is and what it is. And that's all I had to say. But I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend because it's almost that time for getting out of school and all that shit. I don't know. I'm not in school anymore, so I don't know what that shit is all about. But good luck on your finals, y'all, and I will see you in a few weeks. Peace.